my gosh, you guys, isn't it so absolutely beautiful? I know you guys are getting probably tired of like me and my forest shots and videos, but I just can't help it. Like, fall really is my favorite season, and it's so short. So like I am just really making the most out of every opportunity that I can to just kind of bask in it and be in it, you know? And obviously now, to share it with you all, the sun is preparing to actually set, and yeah, it's just really wonderful. Alright, let's get into the point and purpose of this video. Hey guys, Atreyu is back. Hello Sebbies, hello Atreyuans. I gotta get used to it now. I hope this video finds you all in a most happy and warm state, because it's kind of cold right now where I'm at. I'm outside in the forest. Don't worry, Thornless Rosie. I have inspected the place for killer clowns. There are none in sight, and if you see one walking up behind me while I'm recording this, please yell or, you know, do something to get my attention. Anyway, so today I want to bring to you guys another video. I want to talk about 5 to 7 things that I'm actually paranoid about, okay? Let's just say 7. 7 things that I'm paranoid about as a locker. Let's get to it. The first thing that I'm paranoid about is, first of all, I wear many different types of night head coverings, okay? I have the kind where you fit all your locks in. I have just like a straight up black satin scarf that if I don't feel like bunching my locks up at night, because sometimes it bothers me, like when I rest my head down on the pillow, if it's too bulky back there, it's annoying and just not comfortable. So sometimes I'll wear the satin scarf and just kind of wrap it around, and my locks will hang out at the bottom, which is fine because I also have satin pillow cases, so it's not the end of the world. But whenever I do that, sometimes, I shouldn't say, that's a contradiction, whenever and then sometimes, right? As if though it happens every time, but only sometimes every time. Anyway, sometimes when I wear it, it comes off at night, and I'm always like, I'm so paranoid of, you know, friction occurring and my locks drying out that I always panic when I wake up and find that the scarf has not been there, or it has slipped off my head. And so like then I'm afraid that like I have like, I don't know, too much friction occurred and like locks are laying on the pillow. So like I like search frantically for the head covering, get it back on, and I search frantically the area where I'm sleeping to make sure I haven't lost any locks, because I've heard horror stories of people waking up with like locks on their pillowcase, and I'm not trying to experience that. Alright, so yeah, I hate that. My second paranoia as a locker is, you know, if my locks get snagged, even like just between like my head and my shoulder, or if it gets snagged in a coat or in my shirt, you know, whenever I feel that tension, or sometimes I'll accidentally, you know, snag it with my fingers or something, I'm paranoid that my lock is gonna come out. It just freaks me out. So yeah, it's crazy, like just the things that you get paranoid about, and that's definitely one of them for me. Alright, number 3 is, believe it or not, I'm paranoid that I'm just going to be minding my business, walking outside, doing my thing, and some random disturbed person is going to actually come up to me, like behind me, and just snip my locks. I know, it's so irrational, right? But I really fear that that's going to happen sometimes. I feel like the more that I start to dig my locks and the more I'm like loving them, the more of chance or possibility that is. Somebody's just going to do that. So yeah, I'm hoping that it never happens, because I would be completely devastated. Notice that most of these things that I'm paranoid about have to do with me actually losing my locks, like them no longer being attached to my scalp. Yeah, go figure. Number 4, which is a given, always lint. I made a video before about my paranoia when it comes to lint. I'm always inspecting my locks. Anytime there's a mirror, or anytime I have the opportunity to look at my locks, and now that they're getting longer, I can bring them around to my eyes, I'm paranoid about lint being in them. I'm always picking them out. Number 5, kind of along the same lines as lint, paranoid about buildup. Probably even more so, because buildup can kind of take you out of the game, and you know, it can lead to mold and stuff. And yeah, I am so paranoid about buildup. So yeah, not feeling it. Shoot, oh shoot. Sorry guys, I had to get out of there. I heard the killer clown. I'm scared to go around this corner though. Okay, safe. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm so silly. There was no killer clown, no worries. My battery actually just died, so I'm back though. Alright, so number 6, thinning and breakage. I am definitely paranoid about my locks thinning and them breaking off. I was gonna say I'm always looking for opportunities to combine locks. I'm not like actively searching for opportunities like, I want to combine some locks, but I'm definitely paying attention to make sure that the roots are not too thin for the girth of the locks. And whenever I find that, I do combine. I don't hesitate to combine. Which reminds me, I'm going to be doing an updated lock count soon because I'm sure I have fewer locks now than I did when I did the previous lock count. And I was even in that video counting the double-headed dragons and triple-headed dragons individually just because I wanted to know the original number. But this time I'm only going to count from the base. So you guys look out for that. Alright, number 7, finally. The number 7 thing that I am paranoid about as a locker is my locks getting unintentionally wet. As you saw in my last video, I had a shower cap on. I noticed that, before earlier in my journey, I was like, yeah, let me mist my hair all the time, let me keep it wet, and not like sopping wet, but just wet. And I realized that led to it kind of having a mildewy smell. Nothing intense, but it wasn't like the most flattering of smells. And I realized it's because I was basically keeping my hair in this perpetual state of wetness. And so I'm like, you know what, let me not have my locks be wet all the time. Let me keep them dry sometimes. And maybe that smell will go away. And sure as it did go away. So yeah, my locks getting unintentionally wet, that's definitely a paranoia of mine because I don't want my locks to smell like mildew, and I don't want to develop mold, and I don't want to be taken off the game that way. I know, really sad note to end on, but it's not sad because I am paranoid about my locks getting wet, so I cover them. I go to extreme lengths to make sure that they don't get wet for too long, or that they don't stay wet for too long. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are the 7 things that I am paranoid about as a locker. Please drop down below in the comment section and let me know if you can relate to any of those paranoias, and also tell me if you have any of your own things that you're actually paranoid about as a locker, as a dreadhead. Alright guys, please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions the heart to not really love at all. Sebs is out. Peace.